2026 is not the year for heroes. It's the year for survivors. Machiavelli never played the savior. In the courts of Florence, he watched men drown in their own incompetence and self-pity. And he let them sink. He understood a truth most refuse. Extending mercy to the chronically weak is not virtue. It is strategic suicide. Kindness without ruthless calculation becomes exploitation. The instant you become someone's lifeline, you become their next target. In a world collapsing under desperation, Machiavelli's most lethal lesson for 2026 is clear. Never save these 5 types of people. Rescue them, and they will not repay you with loyalty or change. They will repay you with resentment, sabotage, and the slow theft of your power. They will turn your mercy into their weapon and wield it against you the moment you stop giving. First type, the chronic victim. This person has forged their entire identity around endless victimhood. Everything is always happening to them. Bad luck stalks them. Bad bosses single them out. Bad partners betray them. The world is rigged against them, and they are the eternal casualty. They never reflect on their choices. They never accept accountability. They simply appear before you, broken, tearful, desperate, and demand rescue. They arrive with stories that sound tragic at first glance. They need money because the landlord jacked the rent again. They need a couch because their roommate evicted them unfairly. They need emotional support because no one gets how hard it is. You help once. They thank you with tears and hugs. They swear this is the turning point. Then they return. Same crisis, slightly repackaged. Same tears, same promises, same outstretched hand. Machiavelli observed this in the beggars and courtiers of Renaissance Italy. The perpetually helpless do not rise. They multiply their helplessness. They learn that weakness pays dividends. They learn vulnerability is leverage. Every rescue reinforces the narrative that keeps them broken. Nietzsche diagnosed the poison, resentment. The chronic victim does not merely suffer, they resent. They resent your discipline, your ability to overcome, your refusal to stay down. Every time you save them, you highlight the chasm between your life and theirs. Gratitude sours into envy. Envy sours into bitterness. Bitterness sours into sabotage. Real story. A man spent years bailing out his cousin. Loans for rent, loans for cars, loans for bail after arrests, loans for rehab that never lasted. Each time the cousin wept, promised change, swore repayment. The man believed him. Family. Then came the breaking point. Another $10,000 request. The man said no. Within days, the cousin launched a smear campaign. Told the family the man was greedy, heartless, forgot his roots. Turned aunts, uncles, even grandparents against him. The victim became the accuser. The rescuer became the villain. This is not coincidence. This is mechanism. In 2026, it's amplified. AI credit systems flag repeated emergencies. Mental health apps log dependency patterns. Social credit experiments track instability. The chronic victim feels the walls closing, so they lean harder on emotional blackmail. They weaponize trauma language. They know most still buckle under, "You don't care if I end up on the street." Dark truth. Saving chronic victims does not heal them. It feeds the parasite. They need to remain broken. Their identity depends on it. Improvement would end the story, the sympathy, the chances. No explanations, no debates. Let chances. No explanations, no debates. Let them face consequences. Let them learn, or let them drown. Your mercy is not their entitlement. It is a privilege you can and must revoke. The next type is deadlier because they share your blood, and blood makes the knife sharper. Second type, the envious family member. They sit at the table and smile when you share a win. They say, "I'm proud of you." They hug you. They post your success online with heart emojis. But behind closed doors, the mask drops. They whisper doubts to relatives. They plant subtle rumors. They copy your ideas, your hustle, your style, then launch weaker versions. They undermine quietly. They sabotage sideways, all while pretending to love you. Blood makes the knife sharper. Machiavelli knew this intimately. In the palaces of the Medici, he saw it repeatedly. Kin are the most lethal rivals. Strangers can be distanced. Enemies can be destroyed. But family, they know your vulnerabilities. They feel entitled to your triumphs. They believe your success should automatically elevate them. And when it doesn't, they resent you for rising alone. Nietzsche cut deeper. Family is where resentment burns hottest. Your ascent does not inspire them. It exposes their mediocrity. Your discipline mocks their laziness. Your victories taunt their failures. They cannot attack openly. That would reveal them. So they attack indirectly. They diminish you. They question your character. They erode your standing while smiling in your face. In 2026, this is weaponized. Social media broadcasts every promotion, every purchase, every vacation. Family group chats become comparison arenas. The envious relative sees your life in real time. They compare in secret. They seethe in private. Then they strike, a passive-aggressive comment, a joke about how you've changed, a rumor seeded with just enough truth to wound. And because it's family, the clan often sides with them. Don't be selfish. Family first. He's just jealous because he cares. Real example. Marcus, a young entrepreneur, shared a business idea with his older brother in confidence. The brother offered help, asked questions, took notes, suggested tweaks. Marcus trusted him. 6 months later, the brother launched a near-identical product, poorly executed, but close enough to siphon customers. When confronted, the brother shrugged. You never locked it in. Ideas are free. The family backed the brother. Don't ruin everything over business. He's struggling too. Marcus lost momentum, confidence, and months rebuilding. The envious sibling didn't just copy, he poisoned the well. Psychologically, envy is silent theft. They steal your momentum by sowing doubt. They steal your confidence by making you question your worth. They steal your future by slowing you while they catch up. They do it all under the guise of love. In 2026, envy has new tools. AI photo editors to fake better versions of your life. Deep fake voice notes to impersonate you in chats. Social credit trackers that broadcast success to relatives. The envious family member can undermine you, deniably, permanently. Takeaway: never share real plans, real wins, or real vulnerabilities with envious kin until those wins are locked and irreversible. Let them see the finished result, never the blueprint. Protect your power like a fortress. Share only surface-level updates. Give them nothing they can copy, twist, or weaponize. The next type doesn't pretend to love you. They just keep taking. Third type, the addicted or reckless leech. Drugs, gambling, drama on loop. Reckless choice after reckless choice. They crash on your couch for a few days that become months. They borrow money just this once that becomes constant. They promise to get clean, to change, to repay, then disappear until the next disaster. You save them because their family. You save them because they'll die without help. You save them because you remember who they used to be. Machiavelli would laugh, coldly. Mercy to the irredeemable is weakness, masquerading as virtue. Nietzsche was direct. Enabling weakness corrupts the strong. You become their crutch, and crutches are discarded the moment the weak realize they don't have to walk, or the moment they realize you'll always carry them. This type is not one step from redemption. They are addicted to chaos, not just substances, but the cycle of destruction and rescue. Every bailout resets the clock. Every rescue gives permission to keep spiraling. Every intervention teaches them consequences are optional as long as they have you. In 2026, the scale is massive. Fentanyl-laced drugs kill in record numbers. Gambling apps hook with dopamine-engineered precision. Porn and gaming addictions shred focus and drive. Mental health systems are overwhelmed. Rehab waitlists stretch years. Overdose deaths are routine. The reckless leech knows society won't save him. So they turn to the only reliable source, you, and they exploit it without remorse. Story: Elena spent 7 years rescuing her younger brother. Rehab after rehab, rent payments, legal fees after DUIs, bail money. Each time he cried, swore change, promised repayment. Each time the family pressured her, he's your brother, blood is thicker. One night, he stole her car, sold it for drugs, left her stranded at work with no way home. When she confronted him, he screamed she was controlling, judgmental, didn't really love him. The family took his side. Again, he's struggling. You're doing well. Help him. Elena finally said no. The brother cut her off. The family shunned her. But for the first time in years, she slept without dread. Dark truth. Saving the reckless keeps them reckless. You pay the emotional toll. You pay the financial toll. You pay the reputational toll. They pay nothing. They learn nothing. They change nothing. Your wallet becomes their endless ATM. Your stability becomes their safety net. When you finally cut the line, they paint you as the one who abandoned them. Take away one boundary, one consequence, then complete cutoff. No second chances, no loans, no couches, no bail, no explanations. Let natural consequences teach what your wallet never could. Let the world or the grave deliver the lesson. Your life is not their rehab. The fourth type hides in plain sight, smiling while they wait for your fall. Fourth type, the false ally, the opportunist friend. They appear when you're winning. They're at every celebration. They give advice. They offer support. They text congratulations. They repost your victories. They act like your biggest advocate. But the moment you stumble, divorce, job loss, financial crash, illness, they vanish. No calls, no check-ins, no help, complete silence. Then, when you rebuild and start winning again, they reappear as if nothing happened. I always believed in you. I knew you'd make it. They slide back into your circle effortlessly. They are not friends. They are parasites. Machiavelli understood alliances better than anyone. In The Prince, he wrote that men are ungrateful, fickle, false, cowardly, covetous. Alliances are tools, temporary, transactional, discardable when they no longer serve. The opportunist friend is living proof. They cling to strength. They flee weakness. They value you only when you reflect their own success back to them. Nietzsche saw the pattern in the herd. The herd clings to the strong and abandons the weak. True loyalty is rare. Most people are weather vanes. turn toward power and away from struggle. The opportunist friend is the herd in personal form. They resent your lows because those lows expose their own cowardice. They only love you when you make them look good by association. Real example. James had a best friend for 12 years. They partied, traveled, talked business. When James went through a brutal divorce and lost his job in the 2024 crash, the friend disappeared. No contact. Nothing. 2 years later, James rebuilt. New business, new relationship, new life. The friend reappeared at a barbecue. "Bro, I always knew you'd bounce back." James let him back in. Months later, the friend tried to poach clients from James's company using contacts James had introduced him to. When confronted, he shrugged. Business is business. Psych truth. Opportunists do not resent your success. They resent your failure. Your lows force them to confront whether they would stand by someone in the same position. Most cannot face that mirror, so they vanish. Then they return when it's safe, when your strength once again shields their weakness. In 2026, this is easier to conceal and easier to exploit. LinkedIn tracks your career arc. Social media broadcasts wins and buries losses. AI sentiment analysis flags low-value connections. The opportunist friend knows exactly when to ghost and when to re-engage. Takeaway: test loyalty in your dark moments. When you're down, watch who stays, who texts, who shows up, who offers help without being asked. If they vanish, cut them permanently. No second chances, no explanations. Surround yourself only with those who remain when the storm hits. The rest are dead weight. Discard them. One final type remains, the most insidious of all. Fifth type, the moral guilt tripper. They don't ask for help. They demand it with moral weapons. After all I've done for you, family duty, blood is thicker than water. You're so selfish now that you're successful. I sacrifice everything for you. They use guilt as a chain. They use love as a cage. They use obligation as a leash. They keep you small, serving, sacrificing, forever. Machiavelli never bowed to guilt. He saw it for what it was: manipulation disguised as virtue. In Renaissance Italy, he watched men and women wield duty and honor to control others. Guilt trippers don't want your success. They want your servitude. They want you indebted eternally. Nietzsche named it exactly: slave morality. The weak cannot win through strength, so they win through morality. They weaponize goodness to punish the strong. They turn sacrifice into a debt you can never repay. They turn love into a contract with no exit. Family guilt trippers are masters of this art. They don't need physical threats. They threaten your soul. Story: Sophia built a 6-figure career from nothing. Her mother never let her forget the sacrifices. "I gave up my dreams so you could have yours. I worked double shifts while you were in school." Every time Sophia set a boundary, refusing endless money requests, time demands, emotional labor, the mother weaponized tears. Family gatherings became trials. Aunts and uncles joined. "She's your mother. How can you be so cold?" Sophia felt trapped. The guilt was crushing. Until one day, she stopped answering calls. The mother escalated. Voicemails, texts, surprise visits. Sophia held the line. The mother eventually stopped. Sophia's life opened. For the first time, she breathed without a weight on her chest. In 2026, guilt tripping is digital and relentless. Family group chats keep pressure constant. Tracking apps show location and income. AI voice cloning fakes crying messages. The guilt tripper has more tools than ever to keep you chained. Dark truth. Guilt is emotional blackmail. Every time you give in, you teach them the tactic works. You reinforce the chain. You stay small so they feel big. You sacrifice your future to pay for their past. Takeaway. Guilt is their power. Starve it. Respond with calm, indifferent truth. I appreciate the past, but my future is mine. Then walk away. No explanation, no apology, no debate. Block, if necessary. Let silence be your answer. Let distance be your boundary. In 2026, mercy is a luxury few can afford. Saving these 5 types does not make you noble. It makes you pray. Let them sink. Rise alone. Protect your power like a fortress. If this cut deep, like the video. Comment which type you regret saving most. No names, just truth. Subscribe for more ruthless lessons. The next one drops soon. Stay sharp, stay sovereign,